So now we're going to go over several of the new capabilities of GIS. And the first one that I want to talk about is called ArcGIS Excalibur. And this is a modern web-based application for users to truly start to realize the value and power of imagery in ArcGIS. And it provides basically a way for you to share out imagery information to everyone in your organization, and really quickly. So ArcGIS Excalibur is going to be released, I think, any week now. So be on the lookout for that if you work with imagery in ArcGIS Pro. And now it's my turn to have a giveaway. Harry got to do his, now it's my turn. I want to ask you, does anyone know why we decided to call it ArcGIS Excalibur? So there's no wrong answer. We've been doing this for a little bit now, and we've gotten all sorts of crazy answers from, yes?
It's a magic
No.
sword?
Close, I guess. So I didn't know why it was called Excalibur, but we talked with the developers to find out why. And it turns out that one of the older workflows, I guess back in the day, that they used to process imagery by hand involved these big scissors that they called Excalibur. So they'd use these big scissors to cut these big pieces of imagery and then share it out. So that's why it's called ArcGIS Excalibur. And I probably butchered the story, but there you have the idea. And what was your name? Lisa? So Lisa, you have the same option. You have the option of taking this brand new ArcGIS imagery book.
I'll pass it on.
Okay, all right. So thank you for raising your hand and being brave. I think one of the answers we got before was that had to do with Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
So
good answer, good show, but not the right answer.
But I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can come up with all sorts of fun names or guesses there. All right, so in addition to Excalibur, I'd also like to introduce another new extension for ArcGIS Enterprise and ArcGIS Pro, and that's called ArcGIS LocateXT. And this deals with unstructured data, which has a lot of very unique challenges with both extracting the data and working with it. And I think I'm pretty lucky because I had no idea how hard working with unstructured data could be until we started these user seminars and we started learning about LocateXT. And this really does change the game when it comes to working with unstructured data. So basically, at its core, LocateXT allows you to extract, map, manage, and then analyze unstructured data from maybe your either whether it's text or numerical, from reports, from things like PowerPoint, social media, websites, all of that. So if you do work with unstructured data, this is something you're going to want to check out. It is available now. It was released with ArcGIS Pro 2.3, so you do have access to this today. So we're going to switch gears a little bit and kind of switch from talking about ArcGIS Pro to Enterprise just for a little bit. And the first thing I want to talk about here is Enterprise Sites. And this is a new capability of ArcGIS Enterprise 10.6 that allows you to create custom web page experiences for your end user. It's really built for you to create these web pages that are for non-GIS users. Again, this is all part of maximizing your GIS by providing GIS to some of those traditional non-GIS folks. So to explain it a little bit better, or she can explain it much better than I ever could, I'm going to hand it over to Shannon Kliske, this is a clip from our user conference's plenary in 2018. So Shannon's going to take it away now.
This is a beautiful ArcGIS Enterprise portal for the city of San Antonio, but it's just a simulation because the real one is kept secure. But I wanted to use it to show you a new capability that we've added at 10.6.1 that changes the way people can experience your GIS, even when you need to keep things secure. Let's take a look at the city's groups. The city has a number of groups it serves with this internal portal, including EMS, the fire department, and the police department. Now, as we look at this group, we see that it's laid out and functions much like any other. But the overall experience doesn't feel custom for the police department. So here's where we've changed things. With this new capability I'm about to show you, you can create tailored experiences with your portal. It's called ArcGIS Enterprise Sites. Each site that you create can have its own branding, own design, and own data. Now, for the police department, it's important to know what happened last night and see what's happening right now. By embedding this operations dashboard and real-time activity map, officers can begin assessing the situation simply by scrolling the page. The police department also needs to have access to information at a moment's notice, especially information related to their special operations and priority data sets. Sites helps you put important information at people's fingertips while keeping a streamlined design. And for as beautiful and functional as they are, sites are also really easy to build. Just go to the portal, click the app launcher, and select sites. Now I'm ready to start designing. There's also no limit to the number of sites you can create.
All right, so we know that's a very abrupt ending, but we did that on purpose. It's only a clip of Shannon's larger video. So if you want to see the rest of that and any of the other plenary videos from this past year, you can go to Esri's YouTube and go to our playlists, and you'll see the whole list of all of the plenary videos from last year. So you can check out how she actually goes into building an enterprise site and how easy that is to do. So hopefully you're able to see the value of enterprise sites. We always like to show Shannon here because she can just explain it 10 times better than we ever could. So at Enterprise 10.5, we've released the distributed collaboration capability, and it continues to be expanded with 10.6. So distributed collaboration provides for portal-to-portal content replication, which means being able to take the items from one portal in one department and share it with another department and all of its associated content. So think about multiple departments each having their own portal. You can replicate items like web maps, web scenes, any layers, and all of that related content to others automatically. And you don't have to do all the administration because you can set everything up with rules. And this means that we can start to take distributed GIS and integrated GIS to scale. Distributed collaboration is truly based on a foundation of trust and driven by common goals or initiatives. So once you've established that trusted collaboration, you're able to then extend your GIS content to a network of participants. And this starts to kind of go beyond, or allows you to extend your GIS to outside of just geographic or even organizational boundaries, which I feel like we're all constrained to at one point or another. Think about the example, Jack mentioned this really briefly in this video, but the example of managing emergency response for a disaster. So cities have critical data, services, and maps that they need to share out with the county, with the state, and even federal agencies to then coordinate a response. And all of this can be managed using the distributed collaboration with ArcGIS Enterprise. So it really is very, very powerful and hugely valuable capability of ArcGIS. So if you're not taking advantage of this, maybe talk with your account team to figure out how you could start to, because it's very, very important. So another hugely valuable capability in GIS is the Ortho Maker. And Ortho Maker is a new ArcGIS Enterprise web app for creating ortho image mosaics and terrain surface products. So the app uses ArcGIS Enterprise as well as ArcGIS Image Server to quickly process hundreds and even thousands of images that have been collected by drones. And then it creates these seamless ortho image mosaics as well as digital surface models and digital terrain models. So if you do work with imagery, especially when it's coming from a drone, check out Ortho Maker to help streamline the processing of those images. And the last capability that I want to touch on before moving into the next section is ArcGIS Monitor. This is a tool that's designed to monitor the health and kind of understand what's going on with your ArcGIS implementations. This ArcGIS Monitor, at its core, helps you identify the root cause of any issues that might be occurring in your ArcGIS system. It also allows you to gather some actionable, quantifiable feedback, so that way you can go in and make sure that the issue doesn't happen again and prevent any future incidents. ArcGIS Monitor comes from our work with customers trying to troubleshoot system issues, and we actually use ArcGIS Monitor to look after 500 GIS servers for a managed cloud services practice. So we use it too. I always like to say here that it's the best thing about ArcGIS Monitor is that it'll let you sleep better at night knowing that it's always watching 24/7 and will alert you immediately if there's something wrong. So we have a solution for everything. We'll even help you sleep better at night